this. Yeah, so we're live right now. Anyway, welcome to the pre-show, folks. If anybody's out there watching, if you're watching on replay, it's the real Ryan and I. OG Ryan will be along shortly, but this is just going to be basically just Ryan and I kind of shooting the shit a little bit. So anyway, as I was saying off the air, I was up all night last night because my oldest dog is just all of the problems that she has, and she was up all night. I mean, she was up from like 11 o'clock last night to almost kickoff of the game today. But watched all of the game and then promptly, if you need to know what I just did, I almost. So, sidebar, I'm a nerd, and I built this guy.
Whoa, that's pretty sick. I can't lie.
So if you're a Star Wars freak like I am, you might know what this is. This is the Executor series Star Destroyer. Lego. Kind of cool. But I did that last weekend, and I almost knocked it over. Oh, that would have been awful because I threw away the building instructions.
That would have been a sad moment.
Oh, it would have been awful. But anyway, so I was up. Now I have to figure out how to stand. Oh, stand, by the way. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's sweet, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I was pretty much up all night with her, dealing with that. So after the game was over, I took a nap. I did not watch 1 minute of NFL football this afternoon. Not one. Not 1 second. The Steelers were in Ireland. So we usually go to watch the game. My bar didn't open early, but I know a lot of bars that did open early, and where we watch Arsenal is one of them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out for that. I'm not going out for that nonsense. So, Mike, what do you want from me, man? Yeah, I'm a kid at heart. You know, this is, and look, 47 years old now, and this keeps me young, sir. This keeps me feeling young.
Don't be mean, Mike. Come on, man.
Hey, come on the show and call me a nerd and a dweeb and a geek sometime, will you? Yeah. But anyway, so I got up and I did rewatch. What do you in my household? We call the NFL throw ball. Yeah, makes sense, right? Because that's all they do now. But I did rewatch the game, and I rewatched the game. I don't have notes. It's kind of all just up here, but having watched it twice in less than 6 hours, probably,
right,
give or take. I mean, I think I've got enough up here that, from what I remember of it, that I'll get by. So
yeah.
I mean, I was not happy. And when other Ryan gets here, OG, when he gets in the building here, he's going to lambaste me. But I mean, dude, this nonsense with referees is like, this is out of control. This is just out of control.
You're saying you're not happy after the game, or just like?
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Well,
I am absolutely thrilled with the outcome. I mean,
I'm just curious, when were you upset?
About a minute into it, when Joe Linton decided to, and I'm like, and nothing.
No, it's like a free hit. It's like, we know you're not going to get yellow for it, so you just do it.
Right, like, and
you do it every time, especially the sack.
But again, in like, so OG, you're Mikey, you're going to hear the marital spat of all marital spats later on. He was like, oh, I hate saying this when he's not here, so I will bring it up. I'm not saying it behind his back. I will bring it up. Okay. But he's like, oh, I'm so sick of this narrative, and it's old, it's boring, it's tired. Like, this is all anybody talks about. I'm like, yeah, because it happens all the time. If it's them, what do you think happens? At the very least, it's a foul.
Right.
Against us. At the very least, it's a foul against us. But Yeah, Mikey, I'm with you. And it's not anything that we did that I hated. It was, I mean, it's just the way that the game, it's just the way that the game went. Yeah, he won't, he and I don't really argue because I feel like it gets a little, it can get a little not personal. Like we're not trading personal jabs at each other. But I don't know. We'll talk about it when he gets here. So
yeah.
I mean,
I'm
all
excited.
right. I mean, you tell me, you talk to me.
No, I know we're gonna get into the game specifically, so I'm gonna stall a little bit. And I kind of wanted, and then I was just saying, like, I felt like a lot of times last year, and the reason why Liverpool really got away is because they would drop points and we'd have an opportunity to gain some ground and we wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about how Saturday went and just how perfect it was with Liverpool losing. I mean, we don't consider Chelsea like, in the mix, but they blew it late.
Yep. Oh.
Tottenham saved their ass at home versus Wolves.
That's unreal. Yep.
Right. I mean, so it's just like, this is like the best day ever for just a viewer and an Arsenal fan. So I'm like, let's just not fuck it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So in that sense, I am just happy and proud just because it's such a difference between what happened last year. And I forget, I'll try and find it, but there's someone that has put in our results from last year and this year and like the schedule. And I think it was just like, Liverpool dropped points and we just like lost at home to West Ham. You know what I mean? Like, like stuff like that. Or Liverpool dropped points and we drew to Fulham.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. It's like, well, we're not going to catch them if every time they drop points, we just don't do anything.
Right.
That made it so much worse. On top of the injuries, on top of
have to pay, and like when you look at the opposition that we would drop those points to, it's like,
yes,
it's not like Liverpool are going and dropping points at Palace, but then we're dropping points to City.
Right.
We're dropping point at Newcastle. I mean, whatever the case may be. No, we're dropping points at home.
Right.
Like you said,
West Ham, Villa, like,
it's
just unbelievably infuriating. So if I'll bring this up again, like, if we play like this, and we'll get into what this is, we will win the league. And I'm just hoping injury luck breaks our way. It looks like Saka's back, Odegaard's back.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Kai is, but a month or so he'll be back. Like, I'm just hoping that everyone can stay healthy. We're rotating. I just watched some of the other games. Like, Liverpool got battered in the first.
I watched.
It should have been 3-0.
It probably should have been 5 in the first half hour.
Like, Allison absolutely saved their ass.
Oh my God.
And Mateta hit top bins crossbar. Like, yeah, you're right. Could have been 4-5 easily. Yep. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, Konate looked like he's over it. Looks like he wants to be, he's down in tools. He's selling on him.
Yep.
He wants to, get his transfer, be in Madrid, and he's not going to resign. Like, they're going to get, Virgil cannot play at a world-class level the entire season. Like, who are they going to rotate their defense with?
Right.
Like, who are they bringing in?
Right.
Like, they're literally, like, Virgil's going to have to play every single game. Like, this just will not work.
Yeah, Virgil's going to have to, every meaningful game that they play,
yes,
he's going to have to play.
Like, and I don't even, like, whatever, I don't think the mistake today is on Mascara. Like, I'm not blaming him. But the fact that, like, Saliba didn't start and I wasn't, like, freaking out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, and Liverpool don't have that option where it's just like, well, if Virgil doesn't play, it's okay. Like, we got so-and-so. Like,
they can't afford to give him 60 minutes off.
Yeah, he literally has to play every single game.
Yeah.
Like, if they want to, like, run, like, be in a title race and in Champions League, he's going to play every game.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool, great. Chelsea, they're they're not a team, collection of individuals, very talented. Like they have great players, but like I'm watching the game and I'm seeing Esteval run down the side, jinx a guy, 6-step overs, takes a bad shot, tight angle. People are screaming at him. Neto's yelling at him. Enzo's yelling at him, like saying they're open at the 6. Just individuals, whatever. Fell apart. Caicedo probably should have got sent off. He got in a mix-up over there. I don't know how he gets nothing from that, but whatever. And I mean, whatever. Tottenham's a joke. I don't care. I think. And then City. I mean, of course, they're gonna batter all the bad teams. Like they just will. So like 5-1 to Burnley. It makes sense. They've done that this year. Battered Wolves, battered Burnley. Against the good teams, it's a little different, right? Yep. So, and where's Ryan Cherky? Is he hurt? Did he play?
I don't know because he didn't play against us.
Haven't seen him get on the field. So
He was there. He's got to be hurt because he played early in the season.
Okay, because everyone thought he was like the best ever because he was, makes it look so cool. Has been on. And then, yeah, I mean, that was basically it. I mean, awesome for Palace, undefeated after I think 18 undefeated, like something dating back last year. Yeah. Yep. So obviously we know Glasner's. Everyone's gonna want him. So we'll see how long.
I hope he stays.
Yeah, me too.
Crystal Palace is like that. There are a couple of teams in the league that I have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for, and I'm not really sure why I have it for Palace.
Maybe seeing right game Palace.
It could, yeah. I mean, it could be. It's not because this was before we got him,
right?
But it's
Zaha.
No.
He's always a thorn in our side, but I'm kind of with you. I thought they always had players that I liked. I was like, yeah, like I'd love if they were at Arsenal, and I thought they at least try to play. I think they try to play like they don't play like Stoke or Burnley and just try to sit back. Like they play football, which I think we all respect. And yeah, their fans seem great. I was so happy for them for winning the FA Cup. It just had to been obviously the best day ever for them. So, and the things they said about Eze when he left, I thought was really classy, and they were
classy.
Really, so I'm a fan, and it couldn't have happened to a better person for Eddie to score that goal, right?
And that just makes it so much sweeter. It's Eddie that scores that goal for them.
It's the best, man. And he took it well too, off the chest, volley.
Sure did.
Yep. Like it was very.
What it reminded me of a little bit was the Rice goal against United. 2 years ago.
Yeah, back post. Yeah, that was what 2 years.
2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
And we knew once he did that, we got our guy because that was.
Palace and Everton are the two teams that I've got a bit of a soft spot for. So, like, for Palace.
Okay. It's just hard because it's like Moyes and Dyche. Like, it's like the guys that I just like.
The Everton thing, I think I can explain. So, the first time I ever went over there, I went actually as part of an Everton USA supporters group. Buddy of mine in San Diego basically was like, and he invited me. And he's like, dude, come over, man. This will be great. Like, yeah, it's not Arsenal, but like, it'll be fun. Like you'll get a lay of the land. We'll be in Liverpool, blah, blah, blah. It's a good time. And he talked me into it because I was like, why do I want to be in Liverpool? I'd rather be in London. And he's like, dude, just trust me. He's like, Liverpool's fun. Like we're going to have a good time. And we had a great time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, a fantastic time. Liverpool is a really fun, like for nightlife. It's a really fun city. It's a really fun city. It's a very there's some touristy things to do. If I'm not a Beatles fan, to see the Cavern Club and all the Beatles stuff was like, hey, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. Like I'm there, saw it, cool, awesome. Going down to the river, like there's a Tate Modern down there, so go in, check the museum out. There's a maritime museum, which is kind of cool. So different things like that in Liverpool. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. I'm watching the first half at home, and I had to go into work yesterday. So watch the first half at home and get on the road. and I'm on the phone, and I kind of have it. I get off the phone and I have the game on my phone in the car, listening to it. And right as I pull up to the bar and park, I get out of the car. Somewhere in that stretch of turning the car off, putting my phone in my pocket, walking into the bar, and actually getting my phone back out again, Liverpool had scored. So it was 1-0 when I parked.
Okay, got it.
And I don't know what minute they scored on, but I know it was somewhere in the 80s.
Yeah, 86.
Okay. And I'm like, and then I get my phone back out, like I'm setting up the bar and get my phone back out, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
It's unbelievable.
And I don't know if I don't believe that I've said this on the air at all. But something that I saw last week, maybe the week before, Mikey, if you're still around, I think I put this in our group chat that we have for the Survivor Pool. If Liverpool are losing or tied, losing or tied.
They're losing or tied.
No less than 7 minutes of added time. No less than 7 minutes of added. If they're winning, going into added time, there have been no more than 4 minutes.
That's absolutely insane.
And then Arne Slot is,
oh my gosh, I could have punched him in the head. The way he went after that sideline ref.
I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. Now, I get it. I get, like, I'm gonna do the same thing. You know, like I'm gonna look at it, and I don't know how much out of time there was. 7 minutes, 8 minutes. What was the actual announcement? 7 minutes.
I think it was it 6 and they scored in the 97th? I don't remember, but that's the only way he could complain, right? Like it had to have been passed. But I don't remember.
I don't know. I do get it, because I would do the same thing. But I like to fancy myself a bit of a realist. Like, I watched the second half and I'm like, okay, look, all of this has gone on. There's probably going to be 7 minutes of added time. If we're winning, and I look at, okay, there was, player went down with a knock, and he was, injury time. He was down for like 4 or 5 minutes, and, substitutions, a ball going out of play, a little bit of time wasting on our part, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we're going to get 7 or 8 minutes. We get close to that 7 or 8 minutes, I'm going to be like,
yeah, right.
Blow the whistle. Like,
we've already allocated all the time.
Right.
Go for it.
So look, he's doing what he needs to do. I don't necessarily begrudge him for it, but at the same time, we on this side are going to be like, dude, shut your mouth.
Right.
If you're winning, they don't ever give you any more than 4 minutes to have to play through. And if you're losing or tied, they give you all the time in the world. They're just gonna find a reason to keep play going and not blow anything down.
Go until they score.
Just go till you score. So, but I saw a bunch of stuff yesterday. Liverpool got Liverpool. So that was pretty good, pretty funny.
And honestly, like, I know there's like still frames flashing around of Salah. I don't actually think it hits his hand. So I didn't really make a big deal of it, because I saw it live. And I'm like, he might have just got lucky enough that it didn't hit his hand, and there's not enough video evidence to prove that it did.
Right.
Even though, like, you can see the still, but like there's no angle. You know what I mean? So like you don't know if it's actually touching.
Yeah.
I actually don't think it did, but of course I'm gonna gas it up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Well, I didn't even see Eddie's winner live. That's the thing. So like I'm getting the bar all set up, and I've got it on my phone, but I'm not really watching. And I didn't have, what did I have on? I had the TV on. I had the sound on I had the stupid Pitt game on. College football. Hey, I live here.
No, I get it.
I got to put it on. But anyway, I think I had that on, because I think it was after noon, like after 12 noon, that Eddie scored the goal, I think. Like in terms of time of day.
And it was another thing. So did you see the throw-in that they got? Because Kirkez just didn't clear that. Like he like turned the other way to kick it out instead of just like hitting it with his right foot just up and out. He like turned and faced his goal and kicked it like the other way out of bounds. Like he let it like come across his body and like swooped around.
I did not see it. Huh.
The Liverpool fans are I went on Twitter because it's just so funny because Liverpool fans are just as bad as us in terms of being like reactionary. They were turning on each other. They were so pissed about Wirtz and like how he just doesn't fit in the lineup and he's just not.
He really doesn't.
He just because he wants to play on the left, but there's just a lot of guys that play on the left on that team.
Yep.
So I think for Germany he plays on the right because Musiala is on the left. So it's just like he's kind of not in his. I mean, he's in the position I guess he wants to be, but it's just crowded and he just seems like an awkward fit. And I said it from the beginning. I just said like if they got a true 6 and more defenders, I think it would have been a better window than him and Ekitike and everything else. So unfortunately, their youngster defender ACL, he's out for the year. So yeah, they're in trouble, man. And Konate looks completely washed right now.
Yeah.
Like he's a good player, but he looks like he's over it. Like he's doesn't want a new contract. Real Madrid's already tapped him up. Like he's ready to roll. So that's going to be a problem.
So now that we got a full boat here, boys, I'm going to play the intro video and we're going to get into it. Shut up. It's my show. It's a no nonsense show. I'm not going to take any crap from anybody. So now that it's an actual, now it's like now the show is real. I don't know. How do we feel about scoring 2 goals in the last 15 minutes to come back and beat Newcastle? Oh yeah. Who was that? Matthew Slater. Couldn't remember his last name there for a minute. The special teamer for the Patriots back in the Brady days. That was his thing. He's like, how do we feel?
Good player.
Oh, Matthew Slater was the goods, man. Matthew Slater was great. I loved him.
Good player.
After every win, he'd come in and he'd the locker room video and be like, how do we feel? And then everybody would be like, oh yeah. Anyway, what's up, OG?
Nothing, man. I don't know what you guys were talking about for 20 minutes where you had to officially pre-start the show, but yeah.
They call it waffle. I think that's what they say in the community.
I had no idea what you guys were talking about, so I'm sure.
Yeah, you don't need to catch up. We were just talking about some of the games from Saturday and just some issues of our rivals and whatnot. So, but nothing.
I'm sure the audience loved that.
Of course they did.
Of course they
did. Kidding.
Yeah.
You know why they loved it? Because you weren't here.
Yeah, I set you up for that one. Good job.
You sure did. Listen, you line them up, I'll knock them down.
Yeah, they're good.
So let's get into it. I'm going to start things off because it's not negative. I'm just not jumping. I'm not over the moon the way that everybody else seems to be. So here's the thing. I'm actually thrilled with the way that we played all but maybe 15 minutes of this game. There was a point in the second half where we looked like we were resigned to our fate. I feel like there was a 10 to 15 minute stretch in the second half where it was like, okay, it's just not going to happen today. And I said to you, OG, that or in the group, I think, that we're not scoring. It just like everything. It was the same. Well, but here's the thing. I thought we were playing well. It's one of those things. I've said this to you both before. Like, I watch game, whether it's us or like a hockey game, and it's like you hit the post. Goalie's making save after save after save on prime, grade A, top drawer scoring opportunities. The saves that Pope made on Eza are absolutely top quality. I'm not going to take anything away from the game he played. He was outstanding.
He's the best player on the field
for sure
for Newcastle.
And that is so. I'm like, I see that, and I just think, not our day. Just not our day. I thought we played really, really well, and there was a thought that kept popping into my head as I watched this game unfold, and it wasn't even anger at Newcastle or Jared Gillett, who we will get to later. It was, where was this last weekend? Where was this after the first 15 to 20 minutes against Liverpool? This was the game where it all came together. And this was, for at least in my opinion, where it looked like it's supposed to look. Like this is I felt like this was what we've all sort of cooked up in our own heads as to what we're going to look like this season. And this was it. And then save after save after save. And again, I can't say it enough how good those saves were from Pope. And it's just like they just beat us back. Trossard hits the outside of the woodwork. Like, okay, not a great angle, but do a little bit better there. But even still, it's like, okay, bad angle, gets the shot away, but like, come on. And then of course the goal comes, and which we'll get on to Gabriel in a few minutes, but I'm not over the moon simply because I feel like this is what it's supposed to look like. And it almost wasn't. But then it also, why wasn't this there last weekend? And we dropped points. Why couldn't we do this at Anfield and drop where we drop points? Like, okay. I'm frustrated on one hand. I'm happy on the other hand that we actually came back and were able to do this. So I'm very confused right now, fellas. Somebody straighten me out, please. OG, I'm going to hand it over to you because we've been talking for almost a half hour now. It's your turn.
Where do you want me to start?
Wherever you want, sir.
No,
it's your world, cowboy. I just broadcasted for you.
I don't want to do that because I will probably talk for 90 minutes straight. I don't want to do that. So I guess I'm just gonna start by disagreeing with a lot of what you said. It's weird. So I'm not celebrating like we won the league.
Did you just say you're
but
not
the whole celebrating? I mean, the adrenaline was coursing through my veins, so I was very excited when we scored both goals. Excited when the full-time whistle blew. It was a very eventful game, and I think
that was the moment that I was like, breathe. When he finally blew the full-time whistle, like, yes, the adrenaline was going, but I was like, I can't. Something's gonna happen.
I mean, I also think the game just had so many moments, whether they were positive for us, negative for us, positive for Newcastle, negative for Newcastle. Whether it was our doing, their doing, the refs doing, VAR doing, just a lot of moments in the game, a lot of emotional moments for me in the game. So I think coming away with the win was kind of like, okay, like it was worth it. Like everything, it was worth it. Me talking to Mike and Mike saying a few choice words to me. Okay, cool, worth it. Me talking to you, BG, and saying things I had to say. Okay, cool, worth it. It's a good feeling, obviously getting 3 points, but just like feeling, and I don't want to say justified because there's things that we're going to talk about that I don't know how to feel yet about it. I'm still digesting it. And there are things that other people have said to me that I initially dismissed that I'm kind of starting to come around to. So it's interesting. But I think at the end of the day, like, I'm excited for 3 points. We took advantage of our rivals really shit in the bed, and I think like our rivals shitting the bed, but also like coming out on top the way we did it. A place to me, I don't want to go as far as to say I can equate this to Anfield, but it's fucking damn close. There's nothing that comes close to Anfield.
You mean in terms of like how hard it is to
just
play there?
Just everything. Like going to Anfield, it's a story. You could do a podcast about traveling to Anfield. Yeah. I think you could do a podcast traveling to Newcastle.
I would argue. I would say that it's, if you had to rank,
they're second.
Premier League,
for me, it's not even close.
It's not.
It's funny. We talked. We like previewed, the season, and we were like, okay, like Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, top 3, and then it's just the rest of the league. I think to me, it's Anfield, dude. Why? It's funny. Selhurst Park keeps coming into my head. That's because Liverpool couldn't get points there. I completely forgot where Newcastle play, and nor do I care. They could be playing at
St.
James Park. Yeah, they could be playing at the Toilet Bowl for all I care. But yeah, it's a hard place to play, especially when you have supporting fans that don't know what football is and just yell shit and stuff. But that's besides the point. So yeah, it's been a day, and it's a good day, and we're gonna definitely break things down. But at the end of the day, like, I'm happy, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch more of us, which I feel like before even the first goal went in, I think a lot of people in the chat, people on the show, definitely weren't singing that tune. But now it's like, yeah, like, when's the next game? Let's go. I need more. Give me more.
Not for nothing, just sheer curiosity. Think about it for a minute. Where would you rank our stadium? Like, where would you rank us in terms of hardest stadium? Like,
I don't want to answer this because I will get in trouble. Let's just leave it at that.
No, I gotta hear it. Top 10, bottom 10. Bottom 10. Who are you gonna get?
I don't know.
From? You ain't getting yelled at by me.
I don't know.
I don't think we're in the top 5.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to like rank 20 teams. I mean, there's also like teams that come up and go down all the time. It's just it's hard to rank. I think for me, it's just either it's a hard place to play or it's not a hard place to play. Again,
we're not a hard place to play.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I don't think we're.
Oh, we're not.
I agree
with you.
If you take atmosphere, just atmosphere. I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking sheer just everybody in the stadium that doesn't have a shirt and boots on. No, I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's easy, but no. And it sucks because if you'd asked me this question before our game against Athletic Bilbao, I would say, yeah, we can hang with it. I was like, maybe it's not Anfield, but like we can hang up there. But after watching the atmosphere in Spain when we went to the Bilbao, and I hate to say this, but and then you kind of like you jump to the, and it's funny, we didn't do a show, and this is something that I was probably going to kind of talk about or tiptoe talking about. And then you go to the game against City. I don't think night and day is a crazy exaggeration. I just yeah, it's a different, and you know what, maybe I'm biased, maybe it's they're in Spain, it's different over there. I don't know, and I'm not going to claim to know, and I'm not going to sit here and preach it like that. But watching the game against Athletic Bilbao, for me, to then watching the game against City was very eye-opening in terms of just atmosphere and atmosphere for 90 minutes. I'll say that. But yeah, I'll leave it at
that. Real Ryan.
Yo.
Haven't really talked much about the match. So your overriding thoughts on how everything went down today.
I'm obviously thrilled. I wanted to know how we were going to respond going down a goal after pretty much outplaying Newcastle for the majority of the first half. And like I thought we responded well. Now, like I haven't rewatched it, and I'm always so nervous. Like when I watch these games, especially since it turned into just like, not a must win, but like don't fucking lose, type of situation. Especially, with some of the results from the other day. So, but I mean, I thought we played well. I mean, I was happy throughout the game. I mean, it felt like their goal just came from out of nowhere, right? Because I mean, we had so many chances. You talked about Leo. We talked about Eze. I thought we were playing well. I thought the link-up play was good. I thought Gyökeres was playing well. Like there really wasn't anyone making any mistakes where I thought they were on top of us, especially at Newcastle, right? So I was happy with the game. And then I'm like, oh shit, like they just scored. Like what are we gonna do? And we know, like historically, it's tough for us to come back, when we're down, especially one down going into a second half. I mean, I don't know the numbers on that. I'm sure someone can pull them up. But
first time in like 34 or 35 matches that we've been down at halftime that we've come back and won.
See, okay, so even
it is some. I heard it. It's funny. I heard it last week after the City match. It is some absolutely insane number.
Yeah,
and when I say insane, it's not 100 games, but it's like 35.
For a team that you think like has good players and guys that can do things, like that is actually crazy.
Yep.
So yes, because of that, I was feeling pretty nervous, but I thought we were playing well. And you mentioned it earlier, and I think we were getting caught up in, we didn't get the pen. They're fouling. It's not getting called. People are getting hacked and pushed. We're not getting the calls. They're just letting them play. Feels like we weren't getting them on the other end. So I think we kind of got caught up in that and just getting a little bit, I don't want to say over emotional. We weren't crazy. It's not like we were getting, sent off or anything. But I think we just got caught up in that.
Listen to any commentator who speaks English, and it sounds like, oh, we were just super out of our league and over emotional about everything.
I think we were. I think I remember what you're saying. They're saying that we're really throwing our hands up and complaining, but then looking at the fouls, I mean, Buddy had his hand wrapped around Gyökeres' mouth, like he's getting shoved and kicked and held on every ball over the top. I mean, I know it's not always going to be called, but we're not getting any of them. So I think that just really disrupted, what we wanted to do and the pattern to play and whatnot. But we fought through it, and then I'm sure we'll get to it, but Mikel, made some great subs. I mean, it just, these aren't, we got starters and finishers, as my manager likes to say. And, the guys came on, and I think, Marino, obviously awesome. I think Odegaard came on, was great. I mean, even Eddie Howe mentioned it, that felt like he came on and changed the game, which, is great to hear, because I know there's a lot of people that, aren't the biggest Odegaard fans, because of last year and whatever, but that's good. Like, we will need him to perform like that. And so, yeah, I was obviously super pumped about the game. Like, I was so happy. I was down here screaming, yelling, jumping, so I couldn't be happy with the result. And then I think it's one of those that it's so early in the season, but for me, like, that is a statement win. I feel like we got set up pretty bad in terms of the schedule, just with some of these games, and the fact that we're sitting here after everything that we've been through with injuries, second in the league on 13 points is awesome. So overall, I'm thrilled.
When the schedule came out and we look at it, we're okay. Got to go to Anfield, third game of the season. Fifth game of the season, we host City. Sixth game of the season, now we've got to go to arguably the second hardest stadium to play in England, in St. James's Park.
With an away Champions League match in there too.
Right. If I would have said to you before the season, we'll come through this with 13, we're going to drop 5 points. I'm not going to tell you where, but we're going to drop 5 points somehow, somewhere. Would you have taken it? Is this okay, let's look back in all of the context of everything. Yeah, I can stomach dropping 5 points. The loss at Anfield, probably to a degree, that's probably expected. I would say probably switch today and last week. probably draw at Newcastle and beat City at home. But I mean, now thinking about it, it's like, yeah, I probably would have been happy with this considering all of the new players that we have to bet in, and not even taking into consideration injuries that we have. Saka not able to go 90 minutes. Odegaard,
Saliba, we lost Saliba.
Saliba not even starting today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think overall, I personally would have been like, yeah, I can live with dropping 5 points here. I can live with coming through this stretch of games. This, I think Elliot said it on Vision, opening lap, right? The warm up lap to the season. I think I could stomach it, and I think we're probably about right where we should be.
Yeah, because I think
all things considered, I think we're probably right about where we should be. And now we move on to a pretty favorable stretch of games. But now I'll get into this in a minute. Let me get back to the question: would you have taken the 13 points if I say that to you at the beginning of the season? At this point,
I'll just go before Ryan goes. Yeah, because yes. And I think Elliot has mentioned this too. He was looking at 14 points, and we were a Szoboszlai free kick away from 14.
So basically, a draw at Anfield, a draw at St. James. Yeah, okay.
That's what he was expecting,
right?
Sure. So you win the games that you're supposed to, and then I think just get 4 points out of Newcastle and City, whichever way it happens, would have been good. So yeah, I'm no issue here.
No, Ryan.
I mean, yeah, if you don't give me context, yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't win.
Well, if I give you the context of how things have gone, I think you're like, I'm thrilled that we got 13. I just injuries.
I guess still. I think
if I give you the context of the injuries,
and it's so funny because when the season came out and the schedule came out, everyone's like, "Oh, this is tough run of games," and I've never I mean. I'm not arguing that it is and was a tough run of games, but I don't care because you can't win or lose the league in September. So it is what it is. You have to. We could have lost every game this season up until now. I mean, I wouldn't consider us favorites to win the league, but it's mathematically impossible to lose the league in September.
Well, yeah.
So okay, and then you'd like to think we wouldn't lose every single game.
Well, right.
So, it is what it is. A run of games is a run of games. Yeah, there's hard ones. Yeah, there's easy ones. But again, and was it? Yeah, I think it was. I was talking to you, BG. But it's just I already forgot what I was gonna say. It's a run of games, and it sucks that we're doing this, but things are going to get better. If we're a league winning side or a Champions League winning side, things are going to get better. So yeah, I mean, it's just again, you can't lose the league in September, but you can't win it either. So it is what it is.
I think the only argument that I would make to you there is that if we did end up losing this game, and we're now, well, no, I guess we wouldn't be 8 points behind Liverpool. We'd still be 5. So never mind. I'm going to shut up because it doesn't make any sense to ask the question because neither of the two things happened. Although, I mean, you could, if Liverpool win yesterday and we lose today and now it's 8 points.
That'd have been bad.
That's bad. That you can't lose it in September, but boy, where are we making up 8 points against them? That's 3 games.
That'd have been bad.
That's And now you're just kind of like, okay, but thankfully, it went the other way. They dropped the points. We picked up the points. Everybody now is title race back on. For a little bit of perspective, Olympiacos in the midweek Champions League. We're just Premier League stuff right now. So that is what it is. Saturday at home to West Ham. See, this is what I worry about now. Is this such an emotional high that you almost can't replicate it, and they try to replicate it come next weekend against West Ham, and you end up just doing stupid shit and you drop points. That's what worries me. Now, this game only means what everyone says it means if you follow it up with a win next week. And then, oh, by the way, there's an international break. So if there is momentum, it's going to be gone after next weekend. Hopefully there is, but it's going to be gone after next weekend after West Ham because we're off for 2 weeks. But then we come back with Fulham away, excuse me, home to Palace, home to Brighton, and away to Burnley. So Palace, it's Crystal Palace. But, oh, by the way, it's the new Crystal Palace, who are the only undefeated team left in the Premier League right now.
They're 18 unbeaten.
Yep.
That's what Ryan said earlier. And they're what, third in the league right now? So Oliver Glasner is
battered Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
but,
Brighton, coming to the I'm sorry. That is not a league. That's the League Cup. I apologize.
Which is kind of
Crystal Palace, Burnley, Sunderland, and just go back and forth because that's how it goes. So theoretically, a pretty favorable stretch of at least Premier League matches. Now we can throw Atletico Madrid at home, Champions League. That's not going to be an easy game.
It sounds crazy. I'm going to sound bad saying this, but I almost wish we were playing Brighton away because if we just lost, I'd been like, fine, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because once you get in that competition, you got 2 legs. They just come at just the absolute worst time when you're getting deep.
I would agree with you if we didn't make all the buttload of signings we made, and the depth that we have is so insane that
we should be able to rotate.
We should be able to deal with this. Even you gotta think we still have injuries, and we're still able to turn out these games and play League Cup games and put out a B side, and then you look at our B side and it's full
loaded.
These guys are these guys could start in the 11. So
I know it's you know what, Ryan, I'm just classically conditioned to just be we just don't have the players. But
I didn't think about it. I was like, oh yeah.
And then Saliba, or not Saliba, I'm sorry, but Ben Wyatt, you're right. We still have so many guys that still can come back. We should be able to compete on all these competitions full blood. You're right.
So how do you guys, are you, is this the statement that everybody says it is? That I keep hearing and seeing on socials that this was the statement, this is a statement win. I don't think it is. I think this is it could be a bit of a coming of age because we came back, won in the second half. We see that we can do it. So now there's confidence that, hey, okay, we can be down a goal at halftime and we can actually score 2 or more goals in the second half and win. I'm not putting as much weight on this as I think a lot of other people are. Are you guys, am I crazy? Is it a statement to you, this win?
Yeah, 100%. Surface level. Is there another team we could beat that would be a statement win that's not City or Liverpool?
Okay.
Right. And those two, and then who would you pick as the third team for? In England, in the Premier League. To me, it's away at Newcastle. We always have trouble, but we haven't won. We haven't won our last
4 or 5.
I think we.
So now we've lost 4 of 6.
Well, yeah, but I think we lost the last 3, or I think it was we didn't win. I think we didn't get 3 points in our last 3 visits there. Thanks, Mike. I hold St. James Park very highly, not because of the fans' IQ, but because of I think it's a tough place to play. And you brought it up earlier when you were like you didn't like 15 minutes or 10, 15 minutes the way we played. I think from when they scored till the first half, I think we were rattled. I think would be my bet. I don't think we played bad. We just played rattled. We should have had a penalty. They shouldn't have scored. And it's almost like in our head, we're just like shit just stacking up of like, not, I don't want to say excuses, but just shit that just didn't go our way. And I think the players kind of just like, they were kind of just playing like, this isn't supposed to be happening. Like, we should have got a penalty. They shouldn't have scored. Like, you're almost playing, I don't want to say playing like the victim, but
it is. It's exactly.
Like, I think it was just like,
it is.
We didn't know what to do. Maybe because they thought they were playing against two different teams, which I'm not going to argue whether they were or weren't, but I think that's probably how the players felt the last, 10 minutes of the half. But no, I think, I mean, in whether you agree, which we'll get into, a lot of the decisions that were made this game, we definitely beat two teams today, and beating two teams at a place we don't do well in. And so, and then on top of that, scoring 2 goals in the last, 10 or so minutes of the game, I think it's a big statement. And on top of that, the 2 players, I mean, you could make an argument like, oh, like set piece, we scored off a set piece, like Gabby, like, yeah, we need that. But no, we're scoring with Marino, who people still debate where he should play for us, or if he should play for us.
I don't think there's one answer to that question.
Well, I have my answer. Let's put it that way. But I think it's a huge win. And I was talking to some people, and you look back and like you go through all the players. For me, I mean, I'm sure again we'll get into it later, but to me there was only like 2 players that I didn't think played well, and the rest of the guys, you can make an argument like, wow, he played really well. He played really well. He was amazing. Gilchrist didn't score. I think it was his best game for us.
Yeah.
Like no question about it. And meanwhile, he had a game where he scored 2 goals. So yeah, I think there was just so many positive things. And if it comes down to just Arsenal in this game, I don't think you could really be unhappy with anything. Like there's, again, probably talk about it, but there's the 2 players for me that I was unhappy with. But like, it's like, okay, I'm just nitpicking at this point. But yeah, no, it's definitely a big statement win for us, because we're not going to get bullied around, and we're, when we did get bullied around, the ref kind of just let it go. But that's fine. Bully us, we're going to still get 3 points, and I think that's a big statement that Newcastle can Newcastle, and you guys are still going home with 0 points. So it's a big statement.
Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted it right after. Absolute statement win. I mean, you have to prove to yourself that you can do it. So you can't go year in and year out not being able to beat these guys. And I think that honestly has bothered us, that we just go up there, can't score, can't do anything. And they tried, right? We talked about this. We talked about what they do there, and we all know it's coming. So the fact that we just overcame it and actually, mounted a comeback, and, we threw the attackers on, and we got people playing all these positions, and we're just throwing, the hell of the leather to get something out of it. I'm happy about that. So I think it's going to be a big boost for the rest of the season. The stat you mentioned, it's not like the players don't know that they can, like, they don't come back in these games. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's good for them, for something that they can think about and count on, as the season goes on. It might not be the only time we go down 1-0 at half, right? So just to prove it to ourselves in a place like that, an absolute cauldron, is extremely, extremely, extremely important. So there's just no way about it. And Ryan makes a good point. Like, where are the other statement wins at, right? Like, I mean, we've proven, and obviously, we did, lose at Anfield, but like, we haven't struggled as much at some of these places recently as we have as Newcastle. Like we've had draws at City and draws at Newcastle or at Anfield before, but like, we've just consistently lost there. So I think it's one that is good to finally get over. So complete statement dub.
Yeah, I think also too, which I'm probably like talking in circles now because I kind of alluded to it, but I think it's just, or I did say it, I think it's just also what makes it a statement is you're going to a hostile place. Whether again, and we will talk about this, whether you agree with the calls that were made for us, against us, during the game, they didn't go our way, whether they were right or wrong. we didn't, you know, we were playing against the sack deck, and still coming out 3 points. And again, especially the way we did it, where like, you know, same old Arsenal, which is a good podcast people should check out, by the way. But same old Arsenal, you know, like you come in and you know, like, oh, down 1-0, here we go. Let's just play not to get battered 5-0. We'll, you know, yeah, we'll lose 1-0, but you know, it beats trying to go for it and, you know, maybe lose 5-2 or 6-1, you know. So yeah, I just, yeah, and I think one could argue that if we play this exact same game in another stadium in the Premier League, I think it's a statement. I still think it's a statement. Is it as big as a statement as winning in Newcastle? No, I don't think it is. But I just the composure from the team, and it's funny that he's not here, but BG talked a lot about us, you know, oh, toothless in attack. We can't find ways to score. We can't do this, we can't do that. Nothing. This is the best our attack has looked. I think our attack was on point. And you said Pope was the best player on the pitch. And honestly, like I made the cheeky comment, like, oh, for Newcastle, but no, he stood on his head. He made that game closer than it should have been. I mean, the game's over. We got 3 points, so I can say it now. But like, you guys wanted the penalty in the first half. He probably would have saved it. Let's keep it real. The way he was playing, like people bitching about the penalty, it's like, all right, cool. Like, give us cool. Arsenal, here's the penalty. Nick Pope's just gonna save it because he's standing on his head today, and there's just nothing you could do about it.
No, he was incredible, and it all started from that Eze shot, right? Like right away, I was like, damn, like okay, like we just like. And
it's funny too because in real time when I was, I don't know how about you, but in real time when I was watching it, I was like, I saw him shoot. I was like, oh, like that's a really good. I'm really happy Eze didn't like roof it, like it was really good control of the ball. But I was like, I thought it was like a fairly routine save. It didn't look that crazy, and then like they slowed it down, they showed other angles. Now I was like, oh wow, Pope really like kind of stretched out for that. That was like really close. It was kind of curving away from him. Like, I'm like,
yeah, it was. I mean, like both Eze shots. That volley was sick too, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. There's like a sea of bodies, and it just like popped up. A good save. Like, yeah, I mean the one on Timber too. That little flick that Zubamendi had over the top, the header that he got to that. I'm like, dude, like this guy is actually causing us some problems right now.
Yeah. And I will say, since he's not here, I'm going to take over a little bit, and I'll just say to the people, I don't want to give a shout out to him, but I just quickly want to talk about Nick Voldemade, who came from Stuttgart, my other team, and I was the one throwing his name out for strikers that I wanted. I didn't want Gillett, didn't want to go. I wanted this guy.
That's a good shout. He looks good.
I'm not happy that he scored against us and was like they were winning most of the game because of his contribution. But I think he's a great player, and I'm happy for him because I watched him in Stuttgart. He played very well. I didn't like the way he left. I don't want to say I have an anger towards him as a Stuttgart supporter, but he's a great striker. He has really good hold up play, but he's quick. He can make those runs like a Gresh, but he can win the ball aerially. Yeah, I think that's it. And he's got really great hold up play. And then again, I guess to then go back to us, I thought Gresh's hold up play was very good today. And it's funny because I think for me, that was a knock I had for him. I mean, a lot of scouts didn't really like his hold up play, and it's something coming into when he joined Arsenal, like that was a concern. And especially coming into this game where I think held up play probably would have been a little better. But again, he showed that he can do it, and he's adapting well to this team. And yeah, I don't know. I guess just go up. I just saw the mega beauties. He's sitting back down. We're just jacking off a few of the Newcastle players. Don't worry.
Yeah, I thought that's I didn't know that was your second team, but yeah, I thought he looked actually. I mean, they got a big fee for him, so like obviously he's good. But like, yeah, he looks great. I mean, he looks fluid. Obviously, he's a unit. Header was sick, like placed it well, and you're right. The hold up play was good. It was sticking to him. I mean, at the same time, you're battling over there with Gabriel and Saliba, and it wasn't like he was struggling or getting bullied or muscled. Like, he even got Gabby a little rattled, didn't he? So
I was just gonna interrupt you and say that. Like my two things with him is he's only 23, so he's young. and he's gonna be a force for a little bit. But also too, like, to me, if you could rattle Gabby, and like I was thinking while you were talking, I was like, are there any strikers that really rattled him? The only one I can think of is probably Holland. And if you can get in Gabby's head, and let's face it, let's call a spade here. I don't like the way Gabby retaliated after they scored. He went up to Valdemade and he elbowed him right in the face. I don't like that. Didn't like that at all. It was, I don't want to say poor sportsmanship. I'm not a soccer mom, but yeah, it was just, I don't know. We didn't need it, and it was like only that. It's like, to me, like, you're showing he won. Like, you're showing him that he has you rattled. And like, that's the last, like, to me as a striker, when I was good, that's the one thing I wanted the defense to hate me. I wanted them to talk shit to me. I wanted to push, shove, kick, bite, whatever. And then, because to me, that's like, okay, I'm doing a good job. I'm annoying them. I'm pissing them off.
Real Mopay over there.
So yeah. I was gonna say more like
I would never compare you to that man. But yeah,
I was gonna say a Dennis Undav, because who also plays for Stuttgart now. But he was kind of before he joined Stuttgart, he was kind of a son of a bitch. But yeah, no, like, I just, like, you're playing right into his hand. Like, it's just crazy to me. But yeah, so I mean, like, I guess that's kind of like a compliment, the fact that you got Gabby rattled, which I don't think he gets rattled very often. I literally can't think of anybody besides Holland that really gets under his skin. So
I don't think Holland gets under his skin. I think he fucking
did.
Holland.
He did.
He did last weekend. But
I mean, like, since Gabby has joined Arsenal, can you name a striker that's got Gabby got under his, no, Holland got under Gabby's skin. But I think I think Gabby got under Holland's skin too. And I think now it's more in their court now. I think we're more under his skin. But still, though, like, since he's joined Arsenal, I can't really name anybody.
What's funny about this line of conversation is that in the Survivor Pool group chat, I was going to start making comments to you and be like, "Oh, okay, so you're a Newcastle fan now because they went out and bought a former Stuttgart player." So
it's funny. That would be
are you actually, like, halfway rooting for Newcastle in this game?
No. I really do like him. I wanted to succeed at Newcastle. This is like the tricky part with a striker. Like, in order for him to succeed, like, the team would kind of have to succeed. But I he's a fantastic player, and I don't know. I think it's also kind of selfish because, like, I was banging his drum on different podcasts and just on Twitter and stuff, and it's like, it's cool to see, like, okay, like, I kind of know what I'm talking about, because even I sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna really cut in the Premier League, but yeah, and I won't lie, I just like saying Harvey Bonds. I know my wife when he came on today, I was like, oh yeah, Harvey Bonds, and Meg told me to shut up, but I like saying his name, so I have
he would tell you to shut up right now.
Yeah, so I have a slight affection to Harvey Bonds. But yeah, no, that's it. Anyways, yeah, shows yours now.
Penalty, yay or nay?
Oh yeah.
So
I hope Mike Hurst is in the chat.
Well, Mike, we will come back to your question. By the way, I will not forget this. I do want to talk about it.
I was gonna ask it. I was gonna ask the question while you're gone, but I was just like, because I was gonna say about that.
So, penalty, yay or nay? And I guess this is what I will say on it. OG and I were messaging back and forth about this a little bit. I will just say you were like, you couldn't even look something up. Like, you could not find a set.
Yeah.
Like, set of what constitutes a penalty in the box in terms of contact between keeper and attacker. It's not cut and dry, and I don't think that it. If you make it cut and dry, then
I love how you're like, yay or nay penalty, and now you're just going into a whole, like, monologue. It's very funny. Like, yay or nay. Okay, let me just. No. What I'm saying is, if you are to make it cut and dry, then you're going to get the argument of, well, wait a minute. There's now you're taking away the spirit of the game. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. In this instance, I think it's a penalty. I've rewatched it, as I'm sure we all have, a dozen times, if not more. I think this is a penalty. It should not be allowed that as a goalkeeper, you can come out and get a touch to the ball, take out the attacking player to negate his ability to get back on the ball and potentially produce a scoring opportunity. So this is now a penalty. I was on the one hand, I was like, nope, he got to the ball. Not a penalty. The more I looked at it, it's like, okay, there needs to be, again, it's all going to be subjective, but to me it's a penalty because I think Gyökeres, if there is no contact, I think Gyökeres can get to that ball and still create a scoring opportunity either for himself or someone else. So I think it's, to me, stone cold penalty at this point now. Real Ryan, what say you?
I mean, of course, I just don't know how it was even. I mean, Gillett gives it, and I'm sure you guys watch it, on NBC like I did or whatever, and the comment that because they can hear them.
Yeah,
they can hear. So, and they're saying like it seems like they're trying to coach Gillett to get to a place, and that's not what you're there for. You're not supposed to re-referee the game. It's the same thing with the Saliba Bournemouth foul at the halfway line. Like he gives a yellow, unless it's clear and obvious, you can't re-referee the game. So that for me is the first issue I had is like you can't do this.
Real quick, let me interrupt you. I don't know if either of you heard Saka's comments after the game when they were interviewing him.
I did.
They had Marino in there with him, and he basically was like, he basically just said the same thing you said.
Yeah.
Like, are we re-refereeing the game here? He's like, he's being told what decision to make. And as he's standing there, and he's apparently arguing with the VAR official. Gillett is. It's like
they need to release that audio.
Yeah.
That's now I don't know if they will, but it's you're gonna have them talking in circles because what's different between what Sanchez did and Mbeumo last week? Got the touch, took him out, got a red. Kind of the same thing with Saliba and João Pedro last year. Coming together, the heads, they both got a touch in the ball, whatever. He gets the ball, comes through, hits João Pedro, got a touch. Penalty. So I don't know what's different about these other instances where they're pens and this is not. So I don't know.
So I have a question, I took a question. So
I'm here. I can hear you. I'm just off camera.
Okay, that's fine. He's got to take his shirt off. Anyways, I took a question on the fact that because on my end, when I initially saw the situation unfold, it seems like the ref was waiting for the ball to go out of bounds, and then he made the technical penalty. But am I crazy, or he let the ball go out of bounds and then he made the call, right? Or was the ball kind of in play?
I think it went out of bounds because I guess I don't really know the rule because I'm like, well, if he got a touch, like why aren't we getting a corner? You know what I mean? So I didn't really. I guess the rule is like if it's called a penalty and it's not, it's just a drop or whatever. I guess.
Okay, so that's another thing I was confused about too. Which is what made me think that the ball never went out. So that's why we didn't get a corner. They were just okay, cool,
that would make sense. I don't know if it would or not, but that would check out if it didn't.
Yeah, because to me, I mean, you want me to get into what do I think, or?
Of course.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Buckle up, bitches. No, seriously. So for me, there's so many moving parts to this, and yes, to kind of go behind. I mean, it's not really behind in the green room. I was texting you this, but like I was literally texting BG, and I'm like, I want to look up the actual rules,
right.
Like as far as like because for me, there's a clear touch on the ball from Gyökeres. There's a clear touch on the ball from Pope. There's clear contact from Pope to Gyökeres. So all these things are very clear, very obvious. Again, I know we're going to be constantly bringing shit up, but people are not going to hear this. People have been bitching about the Salah handball from yesterday. Now, personally, do I think he touched it? Yeah, but I can't tell you with 100%, like no matter what, that he touched it. It's so grainy, like it looks like he touched it, but like
that's what I said too. Yeah,
I don't yeah, and I think, and it's funny. I think Elliot from FanVision brought it up perfectly. It's like Schrodinger's cat. He touched it if you wanted it. What is it? If he touched it with his hands, if you wanted it, yeah, you wanted to see it. So yeah, like again, it looks like, but like I can't say with 100% certainty that it. Oh, thanks, Dean. The ball didn't go out, so that's why. So that's okay. All right. So thank you, Dean. I appreciate you. But anyways, yeah. So like that's why I'm like, you can't compare it to the Salah thing. It's like the Salah thing you don't know. But again, I don't. So like that's not with 100% certainty. To me, clear contact between the players, clear touching of the ball from both players. Like you have a lot of this is happening. This is 100%. I can say with 100%. They make contact. They 100%. They both touch the ball. So it's like, how is there not a rule that dictates what happens? Because the play is now pretty much dead. You have to make either you don't make a decision and you let the ball roll out, or what happens, or you make a decision which the ref made any decision penalty. So for me, mistake number one from the ref was making the decision before the ball went out. And I get it in real time, penalty all day long. It looked very obvious. Like, okay, cool. Like I get it. And it's tough because when you're in the age of VAR, these things get scrutinized. So like you kind of need to train yourself to let the ball go out and then make a decision. But for me, it at the time, it just looked so clear. It just looked so clear that I was just like, okay. So I kind of understood why he blew the whistle right away. And honestly, he took a few seconds to call it. So that's why I thought he was letting the ball go out. But then Dean just said the ball did not go out. And Saka was in possession of it. So that's like double oopsie. So that was very, very bizarre. But so originally I said no pen. And the reason why I said no pen, well, no, in real time I said pen. And then when they went to VAR and you're looking at it and you're like, and again, and this is me listening to the commentators, like, oh, well, and again, this is my fault, especially listening to a former Tottenham player. I'm listening to Graham Lasso, and it's stupid of me, and I'm apologizing to everybody here for thinking that a commentator, doesn't matter who he played for, a commentator, a former player in the Premier League knows the rules, but he apparently not, because apparently there is no rule. Because I'm looking it up, I can't find it. And then when they went to halftime, the analysts were saying penalty, no penalty. They were not arguing, but they were at different stances. So I was listening to Graham Lasso, and I'm like, okay, well, he clearly touched it. They made contact, but he clearly touched the ball post. So I'm like, so he goes, so it's no pen. So by that logic, I'm thinking, okay, Graham Lasso knows the rules. It's not a pen, and I agree. And I've also seen that's weird. I've also seen a coming together like that in games all the time, and usually it's just not a foul, not a pen. So I was like, okay, like I get it. Like I think I've seen this before. But then when again talking to BG, I'm like, there's got to be a rule. I need some kind of like concrete information as to what happens in this situation. Couldn't find any. So therefore, it's a subjective call. So at that point, I'm like, okay, well, he made the call on the pitch a penalty. So then, to me, it has to stand. You like, there's no way you can overturn this. If there's no concrete rule in the rule book, whatever they have, that says if A, B, C happen, penalty. If A, B, C happen, no penalty. There isn't one. So to me, it's just crazy. And then, you fast forward into the ref looking at the potential penalty over and over again. And I mean, this is where I feel like as Arsenal supporters, we're going to, VAR is coaching him to not give it. I mean, I don't want to put words in was it Darren England? I don't want to put words in Darren England's mouth saying he was trying to coach him not to give it, but he was at that thing Gillett was at that thing for a long time looking like, I don't know, like, and it's just, and I think this is where I kind of flip back to, I don't want to say your guys' side, because everyone knows I was pretty vocal in various chats about how it's not a penalty, get over it, guys, like it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, long story short, I know too late, but once I figured out there's no concrete rule, the rule at that point has to stand. Like to me, then I'm like, okay, like something fishy is going on here, because if there's no concrete rule, because again, I'm sorry, I'm going over this. I feel like a lawyer now. We see contact between the players. We see both players touching the ball. If there's no rule that can, the call on the field has to stand. You have to respect the official, because at that point, then after this game, after seeing this whole situation happen, why do we have a ref? Just have VAR ref. Just have VAR ref the game, because if you don't know how to, if the ref is like the person in charge making the subjective calls, well, right there he got overturned by a rule that's not even a rule because nobody can figure it out. Because even I'm still questioning like if it's penalty or not. But the fact that you don't have a rule, well, no, I'm not questioning it because no, it's definitely a pen now. I guess I'm questioning it like if it were to happen in another game again, I would question it because I don't know the rule. But to me, it's just whatever the ref says. And also, all the people that are like bringing up what was the who got the red card?
Robert
Happened
Sanchez.
recently. Sanchez.
Yeah.
To me, like I think that's stupid. I think that's a completely different scenario because when it comes to giving red cards, you can get the whole ball or none. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much of the ball you get. You go in high and dangerous like that, it's a red card. Like, don't pass go, don't collect $200, you're getting sent off. It's not, I think red cards are a different breed. So like, I get that. I like that to me, that's a different, when a red card comes into play.
What about Saliba and Pedro last year?
Yeah. And then I again, thank you for bringing that up. I tweeted about that too. I quote tweeted, I think that same tweet that you saw, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that either. I think just because you get soft calls, just because we get soft calls against. Oh no, I lied. I equated that to the goal that they scored that we wanted disallowed because Valdemar pushed Gabriel, so to speak.
Oh right, yeah.
And I mean, I'll just quickly to me, it's just because we're getting soft calls called against us doesn't mean we should be getting soft calls called for us. Like, yeah, you want the power balance, you want equilibrium, and you want all that bullshit. But
I want
at the end of the day, thank you. I want consistency. I don't think the Saliba thing was a penalty, but then I don't think Valdemar's goal shouldn't have counted either. It's.
Oh no, I don't think. I mean, I think Arsenal fans even knew Gabriel was just being a.
Well,
I mean, I don't see everything, but like,
it's tough. I won't say names, but I was in a few chats where I had people screaming corruption and I had people leaving chats because they were so fed up after they scored. And it's like, I want to say it's dramatic, but when you have so much shit don't go your way, I kind of get it. But anyways, long story short, I know too late. I think you have to, for the penalty, I think you have to stay with the on-field decision because again, there's no law that says anything otherwise. And I think it's just a lot of fuck ups. It's Gillett fucking up by blowing the whistle before the ball went out. It's Darren England essentially telling him to overturn something that's not even really in the rules. I mean, I agree. And I think that's something, and I thought about this a little while ago and long after the game. And it's just at the end of the day, this game, the game that we love to watch. I mean, I love to watch. I watch other games other than Arsenal. Refs are always gonna play a big part in it because there's just so many calls that are so subjective. And I wish you could just put me and a Newcastle fan in the room for this game, inject true serum into us, and be like, okay, you have to call fouls out for each of your teams or the other teams, and we could ref this game completely different. And I believe Newcastle fans thinks, oh, they stole it from us. We didn't do anything wrong, and I believe they think that. I believe that, and they're entitled to their opinion. But yeah, it sucks, and it's just something that we're gonna constantly deal with because refs are gonna. I don't think it's you want the game called correctly, but you want what's the word I'm looking for? You want consistency, but you want someone like, to me, I think you need to bring refs in from other countries, which I don't know. It's probably really tough. But yeah, I think when you have refs that have allegiances to teams in the Premier League, I think you're just like, cool. He supports Liverpool. Yeah, no, he's not gonna. He won't ref Liverpool games. But you do realize, but he could ref Arsenal games who are it's us and Liverpool, So, it's just again, we can have a podcast about this.
I mean, the fact that it's a talking point, okay, is that's problem number one. problem number 2 is it's supposed to be clear and obvious. Everybody talks about, okay,
it's obvious that they don't know the rules.
It's not even that they don't know the rules as much as that they don't interpret the rules consistently across the board from match official to match official. And therein lies the problem, where
because there's no rules,
number one, we've said this before when it comes to VAR. Number one, there's no centralized VAR. It's all part of PGMOL. So we now have a situation where we have a somewhat outspoken match official he's outspoken about his allegiance, his support for Liverpool. So, okay, well, we'll just never have him ref a Liverpool game. Okay, that's fine. But what if it comes down to the final day of the season and all of a sudden it's a toss-up? We're both in the mix for the title in the last match of the season, and Jared Gillett comes in and refs our game. How do you think that's going to go? Now, Now, I will say that I am also not, and I don't think anybody here, chat, the two of you, are naive enough to think that there are officials, referees out there in any sport that don't have a team they like, that they root for. Of course they do. Of course they do.
It's so weird, though.
Can you separate
it?
What's that?
Real quick, in the 4 major sports in America, do you really hear? I don't think
You never hear about it. Never.
No. Why? But I'm not
because either A, it's not asked about, let's say in a job interview, or
I also feel like it's tough because
they're also
shouldn't be talked about. But like if they, like, for argument's sake, that you have a ref, it's Bruins and Islanders, and the guy's a Bruins fan, and he's reffing the game, no one knows because like like you just said, it wasn't asked about in the interview, so it's like.
Well, but here's the other difference, though, too.
Situation for me, I don't.
The other difference, though, is that they are a union, contracted, employed, not contract. They're employed by, here, I'm talking American sports. NFL officials are employed by the NFL. They're unionized, but they're employed by the NFL. Major League Baseball umpires, same thing. They're employed by Major League Baseball. They have a union, but they're employed by Major League Baseball. PGMOL is contracted by the Premier League to officiate games. They are not employed by the Premier League or the FA. So you say, well, is there another outfit in England that supplies match officials that can supply match? I don't know. But when it is widely known to the point where there are people on TV talking about it, that Jared Gillett's a Liverpool supporter. Okay, so
I thought Darren England was a Liverpool supporter.
He may very well be too. We always hear about the northern bias, the northwest bias, Manchester and Liverpool.
I didn't know about Gillett. I just thought Darren England was a Liverpool guy.
It's Jared. I mean, people haven't. But the other thing too. So back to the clear and obvious error. Here's the thing: if it's clear and obvious, then it should not take more than 30 seconds to make the decision. If it's clear and obvious, it's referee, on-field referee, goes to the monitor, watches, says, oh, there it is. I see it. In 10 seconds. Watch it in slow motion. In 10 seconds, you see, okay, there it is. The only reason that something like this should take 30 seconds, maybe 45, is if there's a discussion of where did the ball go out of play? Where should the free kick be taken from? Who should be on it? How are we dishing out discipline if anything like that needs to happen? Are we retroactively doing something more? But if it's just simply a waving off a decision or giving a decision, and it's clear and obvious, it's 30 seconds tops. And you should have 30 seconds. And you want to fix that, it's 30 seconds, period. It's now in the NFL, you have this. You have it clear and obvious. Instant replay, boom, and it's done.
Yep.
It's instantaneous. But I've said it before with the war room in the NHL, the replay center in Toronto, where they watch every goal. Now, they're just watching goals. They're not watching for penalties, offside. They're not watching any of that. They're watching for the goal. Is it a good goal? Yes or no? Same thing here. It needs to be a different outfit for VAR. That needs to be its own separate thing.
I agree.
And that will eliminate these
fans
seeming bias that Manchester United, Manchester City, Newcastle, and you know what goes in Liverpool, and you know what goes into that? What ties then into that, especially with City and Newcastle, is ownership. Oh, well, they're owned by an oil conglomerate. They're owned by a country. So they're printing money. So of course they're just giving money to the league to make decisions in their favor. I mean, you go down the rabbit hole.
No, it's I mean, we've already seen it. We've already seen that these guys go overseas and ref those games.
Right.
It's like it's already super obvious that they go over there and get it back to ref a few games, in Saudi or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's already there.
It's a penalty to tie this up here. It's a penalty for me. Stone cold penalty for me. The more I watch it, I'm just and everything OG and I think you explained it very well, by the way. Everything you said kind of bringing you around to thinking that it's a penalty. The way everything you said, I pretty much agree with. But I watched it over and over. It's a penalty. The goal.
So if this happened, well, see, I can't. I guess I can't answer that question because we just had this game. So like without you knowing the rules, you watching that game, you say penalty.
I need you to start that all over again because your microphone just went completely wacky. You sounded like short circuit.
Oh, sorry. Am I good now?
No,
I'm not good now. Oh boy, what did I do?
I can hear it fine.
You're good now. I can hear you fine now. You're fine now.
No, I was gonna say like, so if you watch, it's like you just isolate that situation, you would immediately say penalty every day, like without knowing the rules, without knowing anything. Yeah.
If I see that 100 times, and if I see it 100 times, where it's David Raya is the goalkeeper making that play, I'm not gonna like it. But at the end of the day, I said to Ryan earlier before you got here, I do fancy myself a bit of a realist. Like if it's a penalty, if we commit a penalty, I think I'm pretty good about that. I think I'm pretty good about being like, it sucks, but it's a penalty. Yeah, gotta give it.
Oh yeah, when it comes to calls, yeah, I agree. Okay.
If in this situation, if I didn't think it was a penalty, I think I would kind of be the same way. Real Ryan, I need you to blink. There you are. Dude, you were like focused, and I'm like, did he freeze?
Yeah, maybe.
Blink twice if you're all right.
But it's funny because I think I said this when I saw it, I was like, oh, penalty. But then like once the wheels start moving, and I'm like, wait, what's the rule? Maybe it's not a penalty. And again, I trusted Graham Lasso, which I should be taken out back and whipped as.
Yes, you should.
I might like it, so maybe not whipped, but do something that I don't like. But I just was like, oh, I believe you. Like, okay, like you know the rule. You should know the rules. So like, okay, he's right. Contact was made, but he got the ball first, so it's good. And it's funny because I said to Ryan, I think you weren't here. I feel like I've seen this play happen a million times with defenders, not goalies. So I'm like, yeah, I see this all the time. Oh, it's always like a fast. Oh, he took him out. Oh, but he got the ball though, so he's good. He got the ball. So again, I was like, oh yeah, like I see this all the time. Like a player takes another player out, but he gets the ball, so we're good. So again, I just naive me, assumed like
if that
he's right. It's not a penalty. He won the ball, but I guess theoretically he didn't really win the ball. He just touched it.
If they make it a rule, I'll hate it. But as long as it's applied consistently, I can live with it.
Again, agree. And it's so funny because similar. I mean, we don't have to segue to this, but it's a good segue. I'm just going to say this: you could segue to Gabriel's handball.
I was going there.
Okay, so we're going there. So, like, I'll real quick talk about it. Like, me and my wife were watching, and I was like, "Not a handball. What do you mean?" And then I go, He made his body bigger. His hand's dangling out there. It hits his hand. Now, did he know about it? The ball was so close to the player's foot. So I was like, no, he didn't really know about it. And it's just he was sliding. Like he has no control over his hand. Like we don't do cut it off. So it's just there's so many. it's just weird. Handball is, again, it's just such a tricky thing because there's so many rules that go into a handball. Again, like, does he make his body bigger? And there was another handball that
it was on Bruno. Martinelli's shot. They didn't call it, or they didn't even talk.
Yeah,
about
because he shot it so quick, and Martinelli was right there. Or no, wait, you're talking about called for us or against us?
No, like we didn't get it. Like Martinelli took a shot. It bounced.
I think there was another one. They shot it, and it ricocheted off Calafiori, or I don't know who it was, and they wanted it, and I'm like, dude, you kicked the ball right. Oh no, you're right. You know what, Ryan? You are right. It was Arsenal. He kicked the ball like right at his hand. I'm like, bro, you can't be calling.
He tries to turn away. He does this.
But again, it's just you're making yourself bigger. It's just so many things, and which I like. Again, it's kind of the opposite of kind of what we just talked about. How with the handball rule, there's very clear and obvious like steps that you need to kind of check off to becoming a handball. Problem is, with the handball, you could check 2 of 3 off and it gets called, or you could check 1 of 3 off, it gets called, or the other way around, it could not get called because, oh yeah, he made his body bigger, but he wasn't aware of it, blah, 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 blah. So again, the handball rule to me, and I've said this on multiple shows and I will continue to say it, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think it's kind of harsh to give it, but he made his body bigger, and
Here's a real question. Do you think they would have given that in the Champions League against Gabriel? I think they would have.
Wait, say that one more time.
In the Champions League, I almost think they would have given.
I love you, but fuck you. I was gonna say. So I was talking again. Going back to my original thought. I was talking to my wife about it, and I was, we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, knowing our luck, and I fucking read Tanner's text. Because I was like texting him, we scored, you fucking idiot, da da da. And he's like, oh, it's not gonna last long. And I'm like, you know what? This fucker's right. They're gonna give this. And I'm like, I was like arguing with myself, and now I have my wife chiming in. And then I laughed and I said to her, I was like, but you know what's so funny is if this was the Champions League, I was like, me and you are not having this conversation. It's getting called. It's getting called every time. And that's where I think in a way I like it. Obviously I wouldn't want that called against us, but like at this point, it's like it's just so like again, like you look at the checkbox at the markers that it needs to be so I wasn't no matter what the context. Yeah, again, Mike, I completely agree.
Remember Inter away last year is the same shit. We were just like,
and it's just tough because you have one penalty where all the boxes are checked off. What's the call? I don't know, subjective. And then you have the other side of the coin where you have some boxes are checked off, some are not checked off, and then it's just like sometimes we give it, sometimes we don't give it. Like it's to me it's like a 9-day situation where that's also, I mean, I guess not 9-day, and it's 9-day in the fact that it's very subjective but that's like tough because you have again so many boxes that like it can be a handball, it can't be a handball.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah, thank you.
Ultimately, would you rather it be the Champions League rule, all handball across the board, all handball, doesn't matter if you are running and your hand is behind you and the ball hits it, is that handball in the Champions League? The answer is yes, because it hit or would you rather have the room for interpretation to say, okay, this is taking away from the spirit of the game. This is not handball. This is not an intentional and knowingly playing the ball with your hand. It's an accidental, just your hand is in a natural position, which is what the Premier League kind of says. Is your hand in an unnatural position? Did you try to make yourself bigger? But that leaves room for interpretation. So which would you rather have?
I'll let Ryan go first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the Champions League rule, but I understand it. Like every time
it eliminates this.
Every time it happens, I'm like, I hate it, but at least they're consistent.
Yeah.
So that's what I always say. That's what I always say. But like, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of that because last year it happened. Like we got one against Inter Milan and it was kind of dog shit. But I'm like, they just always call those, so I can't be mad, right? So as long as it's applied consistently, for me,
I'll take the Champions League rule because at least I have something to hang my hat on and say that's the rule. I may not like the rule, but that's the rule.
But you know what's funny though, right? Because if that is the rule, that's going to be a pen against Gabby, but then that's probably going to be a pen against Bruno. So you know, we'd have got one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to make any sense, but I'm like in the middle. I think there needs to be a consistent rule, but again, like kind of what you just talked about, Ryan. I think Bruno's situation, I don't think it's a handball, but I think Gabby's. Oh, great! I'm echoing through fucking. Yeah, you better shut that shit down real quick. I think Bruno's situation. What? Whatever.
Got you.
All right. Through. Let me finish, please. So Bruno's situation, I think it shouldn't be a handball, but I think Gabby. It's funny enough. I think Gabby's situation, I think it should be a handball. To me, the only stipulation at least for me with handballs is if I don't like, if we're arguing over like, well, if he cut his hand off, it wouldn't. What are you supposed to do? Cut his hand off? At that, if we're talking about like cutting off limbs, I think it shouldn't be called. I think if you don't know anything about it, I know people say, oh, it's about intent. If you intend to handball, I think 9 times out of 10 players, unless you're Luis Suarez, you don't try to handball it. It just sometimes happens. You know, when you're making your body bigger, handball. Like to me, Gabby's slide tackle, I think if the rules are consistent and if it was up to me, that's a handball. But again, if me and you are like a couple feet away from each other and I strike the ball at like fucking however many miles an hour and hit your hand, like no
way I can do anything.
You can't. It's not a human. It's not possible for you to have time to be like, okay, he's kicking the ball. Let me move my hand. You know, and it's so funny growing up. I think for me, I experienced it more when I was older, out of college playing. But like when I would see defenders like put their hands behind their back and defend, I'm like, this fucking idiot. You look like an idiot. You're restricting your movement because you're putting your hands behind your back, so you're not really moving it as well. But then it's like, but if it hits your hand, it's a rule that I think at the end of the day we can have another argument we could have until we're fucking 50, and I still don't know where I would fall because
I'm not far away from it.
Yeah, we know, but yeah, no, I don't know. And I just really want to quickly address Mike because he made a comment. I know I'm probably gonna get back to it. Get it. Mike. I'm thinking about my friend Matt. I don't think. See, it's the thing is, I don't think Pope took down Gilchrist. I think he put his leg out there and he made contact. He wasn't trying to take Gilchrist out. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy, Mike. This is, I guess this is why I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. Is because I just don't agree with that take. I think he put his leg up there to get the ball. He got the ball, and kind of like we're talking about the handball, he couldn't fucking pull it away. He couldn't be like, okay, I got the ball. Let me holster my leg real quick. He couldn't do that, and his leg was out there. He stood his ground, which I think one of the analysts said this post game, which I agree with. He stood his ground. And
Tim Howard said
made contact. Okay, he did. He stood his ground and he made contact. And then we're back to square one. What's the call? But that's all I want to say. I don't agree with you. Take him down. Get out of here.
Well, he did take him down. He's not going down. Is Joe Koresh going down without the contact?
But I guess the way I don't know. I guess when I see he literally took him down, it's to say like he like it's a foul. Like it's like he put his foot out to make the defensive play to get the ball. He got the ball. Okay. And they made contact. I don't think he didn't take him down. They made contact with each other.
I think the word that's missing here is intentionally. Did he intentionally?
Yeah. But I mean,
no. Because
again, that's a slippery slope too because it doesn't matter. I don't think players intentionally want to concede penalties.
Right. That's what I mean. I don't think he's intentionally doing it, but he does take him down. Intentionally, otherwise, it's either that's.
Again, I think at the end of the day, I think Mike knows I love him. I think at the end of the day, there's no rule. So like, I don't think you say, it's a click-up penalty. That's fine. There's no rule. So to me, I think it's whatever the call is made on the pitch. I think you have to just go. You have to stay with it for the fact. So what pisses me off too is the fact that they went back and changed it. It's like, I guess it's like tough because like, what if we didn't get the penalty? We'd still be bitching, but like,
do you remember the order of events? Because I have it as Gilchrist takes the touch to the right.
Yes.
then do you feel like he hit
Contact was last. So it was touch by Gilchrist, touch by
last.
Pope, contact.
Yep.
So that's why so obviously Gillett didn't see the touch.
Yeah, because if contact comes before touch, that's a penalty. That's like, I would think so, right? The contact is the first thing that happens.
That's what I was trying to figure out, like how everything happened sequence wise, because obviously he didn't see the touch. That's why I brought him to the monitor. So it must have said like, hey, look, like he got a touch.
Yeah.
But it's just I guess like, Arspog always says this too, like, would we, like, if it happened to us the other way, would we be thinking like
again, this is a play where I'd be happy. Yeah,
they're definitely giving it a pen. Like if Raya does it to whoever. So I just feel like we won't see that. We might not see the same sequence happen, but I think 9 times out of 10 they're giving that, and I don't even think it's going to VAR.
And it shouldn't.
Well, it will because supposedly they review all of those calls, all of those.
Oh, okay.
Just like every scoring play in the NFL is automatically reviewed. Any penalty given is automatically reviewed.
I'll say they won't bring him to the monitor then.
Let me ask this question.
Real quick. I just want to, Mike made a comment.
Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
I didn't want to sit here and talk about a pen because I'm very excited over this game. There's I have a bunch of shit that I wrote, and there's two lines that talk about the penalty. So I'm sorry, Mike, but Mike is just baiting me, and I'm like you got me. That's always been the rule, Mike. Growing up playing sport, like playing soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. Like if you get the ball and you make contact with them after, it's not a foul. If you get that ball, you're good. That's it. I mean, again, and then we go back to the oh my God, the red card. Who was it again?
Sanchez.
Sanchez. Yeah. As long as you touch the ball, then you get the player, you're good. But if you're high, you're dangerous, you're being fucking nutso, doesn't matter. Red card supersedes all that. Red card's like, doesn't matter. Red card challenge, you're done. Bye. You can go the ball, doesn't matter. But if you get the ball first, I've grown up, I've always been taught that. That's why I thought I knew the rules. That's why I was and again, listening to Graham Snow, he got the ball. So it's like, you're right. He got the ball first. We're good.
All right.
And it wasn't a red card challenge.
Let me ask one last question. Yes or no? Don't expand on it. Just yes or no.
Yes. I hope not. Yeah.
If Gillett goes to, if VAR recommends Gillett go to the screen, Gillett goes to the screen, watches, comes back. Let's call it 20 seconds, and he overturns it. Are you able to stomach it better that way? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
So really, kind of what it boils down to, and I agree, is we all feel like VAR was influencing this decision. So
yes.
I think we're all.
I guess we don't know, but yeah, I agree. That was way too long.
I kind of want to cover a few different things.
Yeah, like I said,
before Ryan has to dip out.
Please,
real Ryan.
What do we want to cover?
We're all in agreement that Gabby going down for their goal is soft on his part.
Yes.
That goal should stand.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that he did that. I'm like
very surprised. Yeah.
What's so funny was when the goal went in, I saw that contact. I was looking elsewhere. I was like, oh, they looking at another foul that I didn't see. And they're like, oh, it's with the Gabby thing? I'm like, no, not a foul in a million years. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But it is funny though how they're like, oh, we want to crack down with the pushing and shoving in the box during set pieces.
Yeah, they haven't done any of that.
And they haven't done it at all. And again, like I agree. You should not be able to wrestle, which is still going on. I see it every set piece. There is some grabbing, holding of some kind, and it just, which I agree. They should crack down on it. But yeah, no, it's no pen.
I'm going to turn real Ryan. I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to let you.
Yeah,
the show is yours until you want to leave. What do you have that you want to discuss or bring up, or
it better be on here. It better be on here. That's all I gotta say, Ryan. It better be on here.
No, well, I mean, I don't really have anything like specific, but there were some performances that were like awesome, and I know you guys will like hopefully dig into them and like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like like Urian Timber's the best right back in the world, right? Are we all good with that?
It might have been Mike's podcast. Not shout out. Not another Arsenal. I can never say his podcast.
Shout out, not another Arsenal podcast.
It's awesome.
Mike, touchdown, baby.
And Mike is not going to hear it, so it's a shame. But
I bet he's still here. I bet he pulled it.
Oh yeah, he's like BG. He says he's going to turn the game off.
He's hate watching right now.
Yeah, you're like my mom. You're like, I can't watch this game. Oh, I can't. And then it's like, yeah, but you have the game still on. What are you doing? That's BG. Shout out, no, okay. What was the question? I just Timber, right back.
I know we do our stock up, whatever.
Because they were talking about Timber, and they were discussing it. I think him and Kelly were discussing it. And they were like, oh, and then I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, I can't name another like decent right back.
Like
I'm
you
just
can't,
I don't
like you can't like he doesn't get.
I don't think anyone comes close.
Like he honestly is, and this is after, and I mean we've torn our ACLs before. Now we're not Urian Timber, like this is an otherworldly like type athlete, but like the fact that the fact that he's put like this 18 months together after tearing his ACL is fucking insane to me. Like and he always plays like he's locked down, dude. It's just unbelievable. I just think he's just been so good this year. And then I agree with you earlier. I think this is probably Joker's. I think one of his best games. I thought Rice was insane. Just that block he had on Murphy, 64th. You remember that when they like got through and he sprinted all the way back, got that block back on him. I think Zuby was good. Just not making any mistakes. Metronome, pinging the ball. I thought that little crafty little chip he did to Timber was sick. Eze I thought was fucking awesome. And then I thought that, Joker's Odegaard, his little, whatever he had, 10, 12 minutes was good. And that was encouraging. So
that's the one thing I'm upset about. I said I was going to rewatch the part of the game when Odegaard came in because it was funny. We were watching the game. My wife came home, 80 minutes, 78. Right. It was right when Odegaard came on, I think. And she sits down, she's watching me, and she's like, oh, so Odegaard's like back. He's fully healthy. I go, what? And then I look and I see him. I'm like, oh, he's playing. I didn't know he got subbed on. And I think the adrenaline running through me, and I was like, I don't even know what my notes are, but I was writing about other stuff. I think I was like writing about like why is Saka coming off for Martinelli, not Trossard, stuff like that. And I like didn't notice him, but like, everyone is saying Odegaard played well. And I'm like, oh no, like I literally need to watch this because like people who I know aren't Odegaard's biggest fans are like, damn, he came on and changed the game. And I'm like, hey, I need to go back.
He played a ball in MLS that I think 3 players in the world could play. Like he just
yeah, I remember that. Okay, that was
like, so it's just like it's like that's what we need, and I think Arteta might have found like. I don't know if you're like a huge basketball fan or anything, but
yeah,
you are. So you remember the Warriors? They used to call their death lineup when it was Clay, Steph, Iggy, KD, and Draymond. Like that was like the death. That was like the death lineup. It was like when that was in, it was like, dude, fuck. Like their plus minus was just like insane. And I honestly think that, and I think Arteta wouldn't normally do it, but because we were chasing the game. I think he found that, and I love Zubimendi, but I think it's only when we're chasing or we need a goal. That Rice as a Odegaard midfield is fucking crack, dude. Like they were absolutely on it. Just the passes they were playing, just the the creativity and just everything. So I don't know how much he'll use it. I don't know how much he'll like start with that. Probably doesn't feel comfortable enough to start with it. But dude, like that was a good. Like we need something to happen like right now midfield. And I thought he hopefully will use that in the future.
So it's so tough because Mike's not even here. I'm about to answer his question about Zubimendi. So I was talking to a bunch of people and we were talking like, okay, what's the best midfield for Arsenal going forward? And it's so funny because everyone was saying what you were saying. It's Odegaard, it's Rice, it's Eze. And I just like, I immediately was like, yeah, I agree. But then I like think about Zubimendi and what he's, and I think he's been so good. Zubimendi, I know BG will come in and be like, oh, he's back to not playing well. He had that one good game. That was it. I thought he was good this game too. I personally, and I think what he does that I'm not saying I think Odegaard can do this. I think Rice can do this. He's very good at playing over the top balls. into the opponent's box.
Yep.
And I think that's something
Really
that we need. I think it's something we need in our how do I say, arsenal. I don't know if it's funny that you just came back, BJ. I don't know if it was you that said it or someone else said it, but someone's like, we don't play over the top balls. Why would we need that in our team? Someone said to me today, or I read it today.
That definitely wasn't me.
I don't know who it was. Someone said it. And I'm like, bro, like the last 2 goals we scored in the second. So the last goal, the goal we scored in the second half against Port Vale, and the goal we scored, the game tying goal against City, all chip balls, all over the top balls. Yeah, they're not long over the top balls, but they're over the top balls. And I think Zubmeni is like easily our best player at that. He played a really good over the top ball today. I want to say it was to Martinelli.
What are you cheering about?
Dallas just scored a touchdown.
I know. Okay.
Who, on Javonte Williams?
Pickens.
Again.
Okay, yeah. Whatever.
There's 43 seconds left now.
Yeah. So
who were you saying that I was like? What you talking about Zubamendi? And I was
no. Somebody said to me, or maybe it was in a chat. I don't know. I took in. It's so funny. So like the first 70 minutes, I guess, until my wife come home, of Arsenal. Like I watched the game, I wrote notes, obviously, but like I took in so much like Arsenal content, whether it be like just Twitter timelines, Twitter group chats, WhatsApp group chats, text messaging groups, text messaging single people. Like it was just so much like overload. So I don't even know where it was said, but someone was like, "Oh, why do we need over the top balls? We don't need that. We don't play like that. Why would we need that?" And I'm like, bro, like Port Vale, we scored one like that. Man City, we scored like that. Like that's such a it's such a good notch to have on our belt. It's such a good tool to have on our belt because people don't see it coming. And that's something we do. And like that's how Gillett scored a lot of his goals. Martinelli, like we could talk all the shit we want about him. Like he is playing great now, but you can still talk all the shit you want about him. He is great at trapping the ball. He's phenomenal at it. He is so good at it. Saka is very good. We have so many players that are really good at ball control. Eze is really good at it. They were talking about how to pronounce his name, and it's not Eza, it's not Eze, it's the E at the front and the E at the back is supposed to have the same sound, but whatever. I just think it's a good tool to have. And Zubamendi is by far the best player at that. And it's tough because he does a lot of other things really well too. So it's very interesting conversation to have because if it was up to me, I'd want to start all 4 of them. But then it's like, okay, like you're taking a player away from somewhere. Then I think back, I'm like, listen, Thomas Partey played right back for us. Do we want to try to get Zubamendi to play right back? If Ben White's not back to health and we want to manage Timber's minutes, I don't know. And I'm not saying I definitely want to do that, but it's definitely a thought that's crossed my mind. Because again, like I love Odegaard, Rice, and Eze. I'm never gonna get his name right. Just in my own head about it. But just what they offer for us going forward. And again, there's gonna be games, we talk about this all the time. There's gonna be games where we're just, more games than not, where we're the favorites and we need to step on their neck and hold it there. And that's the midfield that's going to do it. And I don't know. Again, BG, you're probably the last person that should be talking about this because I know I don't say you don't like Zubamendi. I don't mean like that, but I just feel like you don't notice him as much. And I just think he's such an integral part.
I think to a degree, I think that's a good thing.
Right.
No, it is.
I'm not noticing him. But I will say this. It's funny because since I made that comment, either subconsciously I'm paying more attention to him, so I'm noticing him more,
right?
Or he's just out giving more. I think it's a healthy mix, probably of both. I'll fully admit that. Yeah, I think I'm probably paying a bit more attention, so I'm seeing more. I don't think he's been bad. I do not think he's been bad. I think there was an expectation with him coming in, and I just kind of like maybe unrealistic expectation. So that's all I'll say about Zubamendi. Somebody had asked earlier, was it Mike?
The thoughts, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I kind of brought it up. It's like tough. I don't know how to quantify it because at the end of the day, like we looked so good in our attack with Eze, Rice, and Odegaard, but like I just think Zubamendi offers us so much, and like I don't want to try to revisit everything I said, but like I love Zubamendi's over the top balls. We score from them, and I think it's a good tool to have in your belt. And I think Zubamendi just, I don't know, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Do you want to put Zubamendi right back? Like, not really. But
Yeah,
like I think
he's
having that, I agree, and it's tough because I think when you talk about those four midfielders, I do think Zubimendi probably falls at the fourth spot. But like, I would love to have him on the pitch. I just would. I think he's good in attack. He's good at ball recovery, winning duels. He makes really good long passes. Like, he's very integral into us connecting the middle third to the final third. And I don't think any of our midfielders can really do that. So it's just, I don't know. It's definitely something to talk about and previewing for a game or something like that. But I don't know. I just it's definitely, for me anyways, it's a conversation that you can have, and I really don't think there's a wrong answer. Like, who sits out of the four? Because I think when you're picking one to sit out of the four, you're like, yeah, but he could do this. The only thing that I would say, because it's so funny. I think after the Iwobi Leo debate, which Ryan, I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Well, let's save that for another time.
Yeah. I'll probably just message you to tell me who's better, Leo or Iwobi. But anyways, no, I think he's not playing well. He scored the goal. Sorry, but did I just blow my load there? Sorry.
No, I'm looking at Ryan's face when you said, I'm going to message you and be like, who's better, Leo or Iwobi?
Yeah.
And I don't think he was expecting you to say Iwobi.
Yeah, I think Iwobi's better, but shocker. No, but like, the only thing sorry, let me condense myself so Ryan can talk and finish his thought. But like, yeah, to me, the only situation you do is you move Eze to left wing, because I just think, yeah, I love it. It's his best game for us, and I think he's better for us in the middle than on the left. But like, I don't like Leo on the left, and I really love Martinelli coming on late. He is such a better player coming on late with tired legs. And who do you start there? To me, it's A or B. It's Martinelli or Trossard, because I like as something. No, I'm like, what do you sacrifice? It's just, again, it's a good conversation to have.
Ultimately, I think it boils down to a horses for courses kind of thing.
I know. I
you
don't
know,
want
where is Eze going to where is he going to benefit us the most? What position?
Middle.
You know, no. I'm saying game to game. Is there an argument? If there's an argument to be made that Leo is better suited on the left to start a game on the left, which I really don't know who that would be against. But I mean, if the argument is, look, we're comfortable with the original midfield three of Odegaard, Rice, and Zubi. Are you comfortable with Eze on the left and having that creativity out there? Because I certainly am. And you know what? And that should allow for better coverage on the left side when we lose possession, if we lose possession.
So my problem is we favor one side. It's usually Saka's side, which I get it. Saka's a player. And every time I've seen Eze play on the left, we just take him out of games, and it's just like, dude, he's such a good player.
Well, I think there needs
to connect more to the team. And like, he did, this was his best game for us. I mean, I know it's not a big sample size. This is his best game for us, and he played in the middle, and he was connecting with players, and he was great with the ball control. He was making shots. I didn't see that with him on the left. Yeah, he's probably our best left winger right now on our team, but like, he's even better in the middle. And Ryan, go.
You know what could help, because I'm curious what happens when Nkapia comes back, because he does overlap on the left.
Runs.
Yeah.
So if we do that, then we could get Eze to come more inside than having to have him. I know Arteta loves his touchline, whatever. But I think if he does that and we get what we need on that side from Nkapia, he can cheat and come inside, and we can almost have that like box where it's like Eze, Odegaard, Zubimendi, and Rice like in that box. And I think that'd be fucking sick.
Well, I also think that there is a role in all of this. If we're talking about how to make the left side stronger, if we're going to put Eze in the left wing role, and then talk about trying to connect him more to the team, because I agree 100% with that. How do we find that chemistry that we have on the right with Saka, Odegaard, and either White or Timber with Calafiori or MLS? But I also think there's a player there's a role here for Gyökeres to play as well, because he likes to drift left and come in on his right foot. So there's link up there as well, I think. Fellas, I got to wrap this up because I have an old dog who is just now pacing relentlessly.
But the board.
Well,
no. The only thing I was just saying is I have the one thing.
Overtime.
I just
you ruined it. I don't care. I don't care that much.
The only thing I was gonna say was we talk about this as a thing and where do we play. I was like just not yelling shit at my wife, but I was like I'm talking to her and I was like, yeah, like this. I was like having a show with my wife, and she had no idea what half the shit I was saying. But the one thing I was saying was like, which is funny because Greg's probably not listening still, but we and Greg were talking like pick your best 5 in the NBA ever or something like that. And we were talking about LeBron and MJ. And I'm like, could LeBron play with MJ? Like they're both scorers. Like I just don't know if they could play together. And I think, and I had a so I equated that to Eze and Saka. And I'm like, dude, Eze's so good. Saka's so good. I'm like, they need to build a relationship together and work together. Because I didn't really see, that's the one thing I didn't like. I didn't really see that today. And I think if you put Eze on the left, Saka on the right, Eze just disappeared.
You mean left wing or left eight?
Wing. And I get it. Eze's going to put, and David's right. Eze's going to push no matter what. But he was in the middle of that pitch all game. And it was just, he just played so much. He's just better. He's just better there when he's supposed to be there. I don't like him. I don't like him off. Like, it's just, he's better in the middle for us. I just want him. I think if him and Saka can develop chemistry and a relationship with the ball, without the ball, dude, well, I think we're going to be banging goals in for fun.
Wait, who?
If Saka and Eze can develop some kind of like relationship.
Yeah.
I didn't really see that. I think Saka had the ball. He did a few. He played well. He put Damper on toast. He did this. He was great. Eze, good. A couple good shots, great. But like, I need to see them working together. I didn't really see them working together, and that worries me because I don't know if you heard me right now. I was kind of talking, equating it to like MJ and LeBron playing together. Like, I don't think they can play together. They're both scorers. They both need the ball, and I think to an extent, Saka and Eze both need the ball. So like, I don't know what you do in this situation because I think it's a problem that, in a way, it's a good problem to have. But if we want to beat the top teams, we want to win Champions League, we want to win we want to beat the Liverpool cities, dude. If they get together and they're playing give and go and doing some crazy shit, like, dude, the world needs to watch out.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Yeah, that was it.
Real Ryan, final thought. OG, I'm gonna let that be your final thought because I gotta run.
No, I don't have much. I mean, I think like it sounds so stupid, but I think like the title charge starts now. You know what I mean? Like, we got through a tough start, some injuries that are starting to work its way out. We got a nice group of fixtures coming up, and I think we can go on a real run and see, you know, where we're at in the next few weeks. So I'm excited for it. I'm just glad like we got some of these games out of the way, man. And I think we came out okay. So that's encouraging. Maybe we found something today. If we get down or whatever, maybe even, you know, some lineup changes in terms of some substitutions that looked good. So yeah, I think we're in a good spot, man. So pumped.
I have one statement to make. It's not even a final thought. This is the best we've played away from home all season for sure. This is the best we've played away from home in a while. A long while, and I would have said that probably even if we lost 1-0 or tied 1-1. I thought we did so good.
Yeah, I thought, and we didn't even really speak on Gyökeres at all and how well he played.
I said that. I think this was
you did say
this is the best game for sure.
Yeah, sorry guys that I got to run. I unfortunately have a very old dog.
I mean, we're at 2 hours
in good shape, and it's not good. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Everybody in the chat, make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I am kicked off of Twitter now because apparently I promoted the show too much from 2 accounts that I owned, and Twitter said, "You're inauthentic. You can't be here anymore." So I'm not here. I'm not there anymore. I am on Blue Sky. If you are on Blue Sky, you would like to follow me over there. It's the same thing. Just search Bearded Gooner. That's where I'm at. And if you're watching on replay, you made it this far. Thank you guys very much. That is going to be all for us. We'll keep you posted on any shows that might be coming your way later this week. Doing a preview perhaps of West Ham, follow up after Olympiacos. Don't know yet. We'll see how things shake out. We'll go from there. It's been good footy talk. We'll see you out there.
See you.